Hello, love. Welcome back to the Shift Show. This is going to be your weekly message from the innate wisdom of your body for the week of June 16th. So you'll see me using my wrist as neurological biofeedback to validate the information that I'm receiving. And we're also going to be doing some tapping techniques to interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for a very important message. So let's see what wants to come forward today for you for the week of June 17th. Woo! Let's jump right in. Starting at the top, are there any permissions that need to come forward before we get started? Yes, I'm getting a yes. Further more specific to that permission, yes. A phrase, yes. To be said out loud, yes. I give myself permission to digest weird shit. Okay. This is why I love doing it live with you, because what the fuck does that mean? I give myself permission to digest weird shit. I don't know. Let's find out. So, I give myself permission to digest weird shit is oriented with this fear. It's not a fear of missing out, but you are missing out. It's like the fear of weird shit. So when I first started thinking about it, I thought about like people's allergies and intolerances. Oh, and like microplastics and the toxins in our food and the blah, 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 rada, rada, rada. Shit that I can't control. That really sucks, because do you know how much work it takes to micromanage everything that you consume for fear that the consumption of it is going to cause you death and destruction? I don't want death and destruction, but I also don't want to live a life where I have to micromanage what I consume out of fear of death and destruction. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, but I don't want to do it. There's something about this that feels like that. I give myself permission to digest weird shit. Being oriented with this like fear of digesting weird shit because of the death and destruction that it could cause. Does that resonate with anybody though? Let me know if you have a story about that. I would love to hear it. And inevitably, I decided the worst possible thing for me is to be in that state of having an emotional breakdown. To be so vibrationally discordant with myself that I cannot navigate life. That is more dangerous to me than anything that I consume. And if I can maintain a healthy relationship with this infinite intelligence that co-creates life at a cellular level, I don't think that I need to worry so much about the weird shit that is accidentally consumed on this planet, because I can't control that. All I can control is how efficiently I process life. And if I have resistance towards the existence of these things and I push against the existence of these things, it's going to be more difficult for my body to process them. Rather than my cells coming at it from a place of, oh yeah, fuck, I got the resources to process this shit. No worries. It's gonna come at it from a place of like, danger, danger, invasion. From a fight or flight response rather than like a rest and digest response. And personally, that's not the kind of experience that I want to have. I think that it might actually be what is felt as an allergic reaction, right? Like if you consume something that your body attacks and like kind of overreacts to, rather than just being like, chill, dude, whatever, we got this shift. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you could process this shift, whatever it is, be it microplastics or trauma from when you were 6 or whatever it is, or your dog dying, or you know what I mean? Life shift happens. So rather than any aspect of me overreacting to it, I would really super prefer that my body have the ability to process it with ease. I give myself permission to digest weird shifts. Okay. It's linking to your gallbladder. And there's something very specific about it that I need to look up. Hold on a sec. So, when I looked up the gallbladder, just in and of itself, right? The physical properties of it. It's a small organ located beneath the liver where bile is stored. So the liver creates the bile, gives it to the small intestines, and then it is released, stored and concentrated in the gallbladder, and then it's released into the small intestines to help digest fats. So now let's look at the spiritual, energetic, consciousness side of it, because every single body part that you have has a physical representation and an energetic or consciousness representation. It represents an aspect of who you are. You're not just your brain and your thoughts or your emotions. You are a multifaceted community of trillions of cells, which are all actually conscious of themselves and the job that they play in your life. You may not have known this, and you may not have been introduced to yourself yet. That's why we're here, because every single aspect of you plays a vital role, not only in your physical experience of life, but your emotional, mental experience of life as well. So your gallbladder, a weak gallbladder may indicate hesitation or fear of the unknown, leading to difficulty in taking action, which goes right back up here to I give myself permission to digest weird shit and the fear of, you know, not being able to do that, right? So like all of the things that we judge, the things that we are inherently taught by our society or our parents or whoever it is, right? The structure that we live in. Stay away from those things. Those things are dangerous. You know, my favorite analogy of this is if you believe that donuts are terrible for you, right? Too much sugar, they're gonna make you fat. You should never eat a donut. Bread and sugar are gross. Don't ever eat a donut. But you get this like hunch that you want to go to the donut shop and get a donut. But then your brain's like, no, donuts are bad for you. They'll make you sick, or they'll make you fat, or they'll give you cancer, right? So no donuts for you. If you would have followed that hunch and gone into the donut shop, you would have run into somebody who wanted to give you $1 million. But you didn't go to the donut shop because you believe donuts are bad for you. Does that make sense? So this, I give myself permission to digest weird shit, is this idea that I can have these experiences that I might have deemed wrong or bad. Like, are they actually wrong or bad? And what could I be missing out on because I'm resisting these experiences? Would I rather the ability to be able to process life efficiently, or would I rather continue down the path of not being able to process life efficiently and have to avoid specific experiences of life? I am not a doctor, and I am not giving you medical advice. I am simply offering you a choice. It's a choice that I'm presented with often And it's a choice that I have to find balance in, for sure. Absolutely. And that's the thing I think is really cool about it, is that it's not like if I loosen up and allow myself to consume dangerous things that I'm just gonna live off of donuts and microplastics for the rest of my life. No, that's not it at all. It's just that I don't want to actively resist the presence of anything. I want to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am navigating life with ease. And that if I ever run up against an experience that I do not prefer to have, that I know that I can pivot and move in a different direction, and that it's nothing, like it's not a big deal. I can process it. Even if I get myself in a freaking pickle, I can process it and I can pivot and I can create a new reality. And essentially, I'm not getting anything wrong. I'm just choosing experiences, going with the flow of things, pivoting, moving in new directions, but I'm not resisting anything in particular because something or someone else told me that I should. That seems to be the message here. I didn't know this was going to be the message, but this is the message. So a physical symptom related to the gallbladder can reflect emotional digestion, signaling a deeper need for emotional healing. It's linked to emotions and decision making, how we process feelings and make choices. Issues in the gallbladder may symbolize inner struggles, emotional blockages. Overall, the gallbladder's health can be seen as a reflection of one's emotional state and the ability to navigate life's challenges. So, oh, crap. So the gallbladder is coming through to help support us in the ability to digest life efficiently and effectively and to navigate through life's challenges. So there is an emotional release of fear. I already feel like I need a burp from the gallbladder. On my Instagram, I'm gonna post a picture of the gallbladder. Go check it out and like it, because Instagram doesn't like it when I do it, but I do, and I think you should too. So this right here is not the side that your gallbladder's on. No. Okay, so your gallbladder is on the right side of your body. Your liver is over here on the right. And your gallbladder is like a little balloon in there with your liver, in between your liver and your small intestines. So I just want you to place your hands on this area of your body. It's tuning into the gallbladder, because your brain is like a sending and receiving signal, right? Like you're listening to me talking on this video right now. So your brain's receiving information from me. If you're tuning into your gallbladder, it's receiving information from your gallbladder. The gallbladder is also coming forward with that emotional release of fear. So fear is stuck energy. Emotions are energy in motion. When energy is moving free and clear and vibrating high, it is translated by our body as joy and excitement and enthusiasm and all of those good feelings. If it's, moving at that kind of medium, slower pace, then you're more just like content. You know what I mean? If it is slowed and like restricted and it's hard for it to move, you start to feel irritated and frustrated and angry. And if it gets stuck and you can't move your energy anymore, it is fucking terrifying and it feels like fear. So fear is just a translation of what it feels like when the energy of life that is trying to flow through you is trapped and locked up somewhere. So we want to unlock it from your gallbladder. So there's some sort of barrier that's blocking the expression of life itself through that particular aspect of your life, which we all know has to do with emotional digesting and navigating life with ease, which is really what we want to do, right? Like, that is the goal. Perfect. Beautiful. This has a phrase with it that I'm too something. I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too loud, I'm too quiet, you know what I mean? I'm too something. There's something that was locked into you that's preventing this block in the gallbladder, that's preventing that expression and the ease of digesting life and navigating with ease. Do you want to let that go? I'm down to let that shift go. Let's let that shift go. Do we need to know the phrase specifically? Well, this is difficult because there's so many of you. If you would like your own specific phrase, if you'd like me to tune in, bring one forward for you, comment activation below if you would like me to specifically tune in for your I'm too statement. What this statement is going to do is it's going to run through your body like a radar, like pinging off of areas in your body that's holding on to that shift. Ping, 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 so that your body can go clean it up and let it go. We're going to tap it out. I'm too flawed is going to be the general statement, because whatever it is, you think it's wrong. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to tap this shift out. Join me in part 2 for the implementation part of the session. So the first part is where we really discover all of the information. The next part is where we are going to tap this out and implement it into our lives from the inside out. So watch that video here.